Welcome once again as we take another look at this week 6 in lockdown. It was meant to be our last week, but unfortunately last week the Premier announced that there would be an extension as we go into Monday. Not a bad result, a dip of 22, and we finish with 41 new cases, 9 new deaths though unfortunately. Hit rate to the test 0.32, and the tests down just under 13,000 there was the result. As we move into Tuesday, unfortunately the figures did creep back up. Deaths also up unfortunately there as well. And we finished with 55 was going to be the figure for Tuesday. That's an increase of 14. Deaths unfortunately up again by 8. Tests, as we said, they did seem to taper off this week, and the hit rate to the test this time around was 0.63 and under 9,000 tests. As we move into what is usually known as the spike day on Wednesday, and this is always interesting to see the figures on Wednesday. And once again there was another increase, which was unfortunate, back up over 70, an increase of 21, and we finished with 75. Testing did pick up though. Maybe there were some increases in the reporting back there. 0.46 with 11 increase of the deaths, just under 700 there. Into Thursday now, and we did go backwards, which was a great sign. Testing did seem to pick up a little bit, but the hit rate of the test figures started to drop off, we found this time around. Deaths were up by 7, down by 25 to 51 was the final figure there, and just under 14,000 tests were completed. 0.34 was the final result there, but unfortunately deaths now ticked over 700. As we go into Friday, and it was another great result there down in the figures. Testing did pick up, but again that hit rate of the test seemed to taper off again, and deaths unfortunately increased to 9 this time around. New cases though down by 9, and 43, testing just around 13,500 with 0.32 the hit rate to the tests. As we move into Saturday, it was another decrease, which was great to see, as the public was starting to grow a bit weary of the lockdown, and we hit a new tally of 6 with the deaths, and now up over 710. Minus 6, an increase of 37 cases, 0.26 with the hit rate of the tests, and about 14,500 tests were completed. Into Sunday, which would have been essentially the last day of the lockdown, but there was some changes made as the figures did creep back up, unfortunately. The testing was up to around 17,000, near 18,000 actually, it ended up finishing. 0.24 with the hit rate of the tests, 7 increase in the deaths, and an increase of 4 up to 41 for Sunday's figure. As you can see, the public did start to grow a bit weary. There was a big protest this weekend, and there was some of the police presence on William Street, and the protest took place on the Queen Vic Market and around the town on the weekend, as we all want the city to return back to normal. All the figures from the DHHS website. Like, share our content. See you next week.